Today we'll be talking about the ShackTac Littlebird Enhancement mod to include some functionality that I recently added to streamline the usage. First, let's go over the basics. This mod is intended to allow for firing from the skids of the Littlebirds. It permits more precise mounting and dismounting of the aircraft. It introduces the ability for co-pilots to function, and it also corrects the firing rate and ammo consumption of the AH-6's miniguns, and all other miniguns by association. Let's talk about the precision mounting and dismounting first. The idea here is simply that you can choose where to sit, as well as have more control over what direction you leave your seat. Seat choice allows for specific roles such as automatic riflemen to place themselves in the most advantageous location, typically the front parts of the skids. Generally speaking, the two people on the left can be used for very precise shooting, such as vehicle takedowns, while those on the right are more concerned with protecting the aircraft during insertions. To choose a seat, simply walk up to the skid bench and scroll your mouse wheel all the way down to select the orange Mount Skid option. This will always be the bottommost option, so you don't have to scroll through and read each one. Simply glance at the action menu, scroll all the way down to the yellow option, and select it. You'll then be in the proper seat like so. From here, a precision dismount is done the same way. It'll always be the lowest action on the list. Scroll all the way to the bottom of the action menu and press the dismount skid option. Now keep in mind this will dismount you in the direction your view is facing. This is generally used when doing some kind of precarious insertion on a narrow ledge or similar, or to avoid falling off the side of a building when the helo lands too close to the edge that you're at. Think of this as your when time permits method of debarking. For example, here you can see that if we jumped off the normal way, we'd fall off the building. So instead we look to the rear of the aircraft, use precision dismounting, and we're safe. Now what if we were on the front part of the skid? You can see there's nowhere to jump off. Move over to the right seat, then use precision dismounting. Now, the mounting and dismounting of the aircraft via the precision means is done through the action menu. When you're seated, you have some additional actions if you're the only person on that side of the aircraft. You can use an action item to shift left or right to an empty skid seat, and if you're the co-pilot, you can also get out into the front right skid seat, or transition from that seat into the co-pilot seat. All this is done through the action menu items. Now when it comes to fire from vehicles, keybinds are used. To enter fire from vehicles mode, just look in the direction you want to be the center of your pivot range and press your move forward key, generally W. To leave this mode, press your move back key, generally S. Keep in mind that leaning still works when you're in this mode. You can use rifles but not pistols, launchers, or grenades. Once you're in FFV mode, or fire from vehicles, go into your iron sights and then hold your free look key, this is typically Alt, and this will allow you to aim around. You have a wide arc of movement to aim in. You can press the strafe left or strafe right keys, which are typically A and D, to rotate yourself slightly to adjust your arc as needed. This can be done once every 2 seconds. The other method is to simply come out of FFV, look where you want the center of your arc to be, and re-enter FFV. Now, the latest feature that I've added is a means by which you can speedily dismount the aircraft. This is intended to make it more viable to have people with their weapons out, all the way up to touching down at the LZ. Generally, you'll want to go weapons out in the last 500 meters before landing, in short, the typical effective range of small arms. The new feature is that when you're in FFV mode, if you release Alt, you can then do a rapid triple tap of your W key to engage in automatic dismount. If you hold Alt, nothing will happen. This is a safety measure. Also, if the aircraft's flying at more than 30 kilometers an hour, you won't be able to dismount through this method. Again, just another safety precaution. So, when you're coming into an LZ, go into FFV mode 500 meters out from it, scan your surroundings. When you land, release Alt and triple tap or hold down your W key to dismount. It's very easy. If you'd like to refresh yourself on how the rest of the controls work for switching between pilot and co-pilot, or you want to read this in text format, check our wiki page on it. The link's in the video description. Anyhow, that's it for now. If you have any ideas about this mod in the future, feel free to contact me with them, and I hope you enjoy.